welcome back to my channel. Finally, the most exciting video of this autumn, apart from collecting harvest surely, is the seed haul. I'm totally packed with different seeds and I even bought more than I wanted, as usual. I neatly divided all the packages of seeds into different categories, so I'm going to introduce the seeds in form of categories. The first category is the pulses. So here they are. This year, pulses didn't produce a good harvest, and as usual, we are quite unlucky regarding this category. At least something. I still remember that several years ago, we used to plant a lot of peas and we had buckets of peas, and pulses was something that we didn't put much effort into. This time, all of it is different. So, first of all, I have some packages to share. So these are all the peas that I've bought. I am particularly excited about this package that says that it produces great harvest and it is so abundant in pods that you actually can't see the leaves of the plant. Surely we are going to check it.
And this time I decided to provide a little bit of translation of some of the names of the seeds. Sometimes I find them really funny and ridiculous.
The next packages that I'm also particularly interested in are the packages with cowpeas. It says that it can grow to 3 meters in height. And the reason for buying these seeds was that I wanted a bit of decorative element in vegetables and in beans. And as usual, having some attempts to finally change the types of beans that we have. This year wasn't successful in terms of introducing new varieties, hoping for the next year. And I've bought almost the same beans that I wanted to grow, having decorative element as well. And the beans, these beautiful ones, they're called Black Brilliance, for the purpose of cooking different soups and just for preserving. They're very good in preservations. Recently beloved category is the category of watermelons. Haven't had successful results in my experiments with grafting. I decided to buy types of watermelons that surely should be a bomb fruit during this season. That's why I particularly chose those packages that said that the fruit itself can grow to 9 and even more kilograms in weight. Because when you graft watermelons that don't have this power of growing big fruits, surely you won't get good results from the grafting. This time I am prepared for really great harvest. Apart from that, I also bought melons. I lacked melons this year. We will see what's going to be with melons as a result. I won't use them for grafting. Grafting is not successful for melons. I tried it and I lost all the sprouts that I had. That's why this year was kind of empty in terms of melons. And I'm sure they're going to grow really good if you plant them on the warm bed. The next categories, I collected them together because these are the 3 types of vegetables that we always have in plenty. These are tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. This year, I decided not to buy a lot of peppers. We don't need a lot of them. Sometimes it's very hard to choose the right type of pepper I need. I always buy peppers with a thick peel, and there are not so many of them on the market.
When I look at this basket, I can't believe that These peppers are actually homegrown without any chemicals. This is what I'm striving for when choosing 4 particular seeds I'm going to plant.
So I chose the best representatives from this category of huge peppers, going to try them out. Still searching for the type that is going to be really good for the conditions in which we grow peppers. This pepper is of particular interest because of this marketing technique that this package of seeds introduces. Well, the pepper itself is called Egyptian pear, and the package says that
there will be so many peppers on the plant that the first thing that will come to your mind is the name of it.
I loved this marketing technique and I decided to buy it. It meets my requirements. The peppers, though they are going to be small, but they're going to have a thick peel. That's very important for me. Then cucumbers. When I was searching for the cucumbers, I couldn't stop myself. That's why I bought more than I wanted. The reason behind that is that when you plant the seeds during spring, there can be returning frosts. All the seeds and the sprouts from the seeds can be damaged and won't grow anymore. So I always buy more than I'm going to plant for this purpose of replanting several of the seeds that, as a consequence, can be frozen and damaged.
I bought all of the cucumber seeds of one particular firm because it ensures the quality, and apart from that, it creates such hybrids of cucumbers that they can grow up to 3 or 5 cucumbers just in one node. I want to look at this miracle. Still don't know what their motivation for naming their packages of seeds, because some of the words are of different origins.
And tomatoes, also not buying a lot because all the time we have tons of tomatoes that we grow and we don't know how to preserve them in what way. I mean, like, we know exactly what preservations with tomatoes we like, but there are so many of them, and actually we're out of imagination for what we can do with them. So this year I bought some of the new types of tomatoes I want to try based on the recommendations from the bloggers that I watch. And the novelties are the cherry plant. I've never grown a cherry, I realized that, and I want to try it out.
One of the short growing varieties, never had one before. That's like super determinate variety of a tomato that doesn't need pruning at all. If I like this one, I will surely buy some of the types of determinate tomatoes as well. For most of the part, I plant only indeterminate tomatoes.
And surely the most beloved type that finally we found during this year is the so-called flame. There are different waves of appearing tomatoes. One time I thought that the plant will give any more, but when I harvested the tomatoes that were hanging on the plant started to give more and more and more, like cyclical type of plant. And this time, if you remember, I told you that that flame that I bought, the type of flame that I bought, was orange on the outside, but I'm not quite fond of orange tomatoes. I bought the same type, but it's called raspberry flame. So it's going to be of red color, the color of a raspberry, if to be more precise. The category of different cabbages. This year we finally found a perfect type of cauliflower. Unfortunately, this package of seeds wasn't available on the market. So we're going to try new types of cauliflower again. In this year, I'm going to plant yellow cauliflower, not for the first time, but hope to find this beauty on my plot. Chinese cabbage was successful at the end of summer. The first wave of Chinese cabbage that we've planted wasn't very successful. We didn't get anything from what we planted. But this one, which is called Cha Cha, is a very good one, and it grows really great with these beautiful juicy leaves. Apart from that, I also have broccoli. Didn't manage to find a perfect type of broccoli that would grow in our climate. Experimenting a bit because I need broccoli for preparing different herbs and spices, and just in general, it's a good way to freeze broccoli in order to have it during winter. And surely different types of cabbages, the cabbages of early crop and of late crop. Always choosing cabbage from different farms, of different varieties and even shapes. I don't have a favorite one, just because there isn't any type of farm that stands out. All of them are good. Moving to root crops, a lot of packages this time, because this year was a complete disaster for root crops. That was the first time ever when I had such a bad, awful crop. And this time I bought different sorts of packages of different producers. Maybe that was not only because of the climate that we had during this season, but maybe because the producers of seeds weren't very thoughtful, honest, or just the seeds were rather old. I don't know. I didn't figure it out. Anyways, let's look at what I bought this time. Daikon as usual. We found it to be a cool idea to prepare kimchi, so we use daikon only for this purpose. I can't eat it in a salad or in anything like that, but for the purpose of kimchi, I'm ready to plant daikon. Then root celery. Well, parsnip and celery. Parsnip and celery we use for the purpose of preparing our own herbs. And you know what? I find these herbs that we prepare at home so aromatic. So we are trying to find the best proportion of different root crops and herbs in order to create our own blend of herbs. Beetroot, not so much of the seeds I bought, but using calculations, I realized we don't need a lot of beetroot. Then lots of carrots, like really a lot of carrots. And this time I'm particularly interested in the small variety of carrots, never tried ones, and hope to see interesting results. Literally, for this winter we don't have carrots at all. That's how bad it is. And different types of onions. First, the green onion that we're going to grow purely for fresh spring salads. Decided to reintroduce planting onion from seeds. And I tried to buy the red variety. The red variety usually is more sweet than the yellow variety. But the yellow variety can give really good results and huge bulbs. Leek, also introducing leek for the purpose of trying to find a perfect blend of herbs. The herbs that necessarily will be used for the blend that we are creating. Parsley, but we had parsley before, and lots of dill. We really ran out of dill in the first months of autumn. That's why I buy more of the packages in order to have good crop of dill. Really, that's one of the herbs that we lack all the time, because we need a lot of dill for preservations and just in general for different dishes that we cook. It really adds its beautiful color of taste, and in general that's aromatic. Even like holding these packages of seeds of different herbs, I can sniff them, they're so aromatic. Just really like the smell of early summer when everything is growing, and in general the air is filled with this aroma that comes from these packages. So introducing into this oregano, that will be basil, then moving to the next one, courgette, aubergines, this type of actually unusual courgette, I bought it just for decorative purpose. Surely it's edible. Nothing special in here, and only one package of pumpkin. Pumpkin is such a huge plant. We don't plant pumpkin a lot, but this one also was chosen for the purpose of decorating our plot because it's of this vibrant orange color. Pumpkin fruits are going to be of small size, not like this one when we got 20 kilograms of one pumpkin fruit, but they're going to be a small ones, like maximum 5 kilograms. Really decorative, and by the way, we can use them for the purposes of making porridge. They're also edible. Everything that is decorative should be also edible. And lots of seeds for decorating the plot. We decided to put the strategy forward into making our plot like a dream garden of flowers. So this time we bought a lot of flowers for this year. I envisage that I'm going to have my Instagram filled with these beautiful and gorgeous colors during summer. Just wait for that. We are going to plant helenium, delphinium, rosy periwinkle, marigolds, they're so gorgeous, zinnia, rather beautiful flower, then dried flowers for the different handiwork that my mom does, mallow, I adore mallows. We only have white mallows, and this time we decided to buy a blend or mix of different colors of mallows. Whiteweed, that's going to be of pink color, and dahlia, also a mix of different colors. I am particularly interested in what's going to turn out and whether we implement this plan and strategy of having beautiful and colorful plot. We finally realized that we need more colors this year when we didn't have a lot of crop, and because of drought we didn't have lilies, all those plants and all those flowers that add this decorative element to our garden. I hope that you find out some of the new ideas on what to plant during the next season, and just some useful tips or some useful varieties. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.